Hey guys, welcome to another hip creative video tutorial. For this top, I'll be using this yarn. It's a fine number 2 and it's a 52% cotton and 48% acrylic. And I'll be using 2 of these balls. It's 317 yards, 100 grams. So we'll be using around 200 grams. I'll be using a US number 6 4.0 millimeter needles. I'm using circular needles, but you can use straight needles as well. We're not going to be knitting in circles, so it's whatever you have available you can use. And we'll also need a tapestry needle. We'll need that towards the end of the project. And alright. This top will be created from top to bottom. Here, this is we'll create 2 pieces the same way, and then we're going to put them together and we're going to create the straps separately. So here's the first one I created, just for you guys to have an idea. We started here. I have to start here at the top, then we'll make increases up to some point, and then we're just going to decrease. There will be like 2 decreasing rows, and that's it. Everything else will be worked in the garter stitch. It's very easy to make. So you'll create 2 pieces the same way. They will both be identical, and then you'll put them together. So now, alright, we'll start by casting on 48 stitches. You can go and check in the description to see what you have to cast on for a small or large size. I will have that information on the description of this video. I'm going to assume that you already know how to cast on. So once you have your stitches, we are going to work 4 knitting rows, which in the garter stitch equals to 2 ridges. And then once we have all those 2 ridges or 4 knitting rows completed, we're going to begin our increases on each row. Okay, so we'll do that once we have our 2 ridges. So see you once we get there. Once you have your 4 knitting rows or 2 ridges, we're going to start the increases. So we're going to increase 1 stitch on each row from now on until our piece measures 5 inches. Okay, so for now, this is what you're going to do. You're going to knit 1, then you're going to put the yarn over, and you're going to keep knitting. What this creates, the yarn over, creates an extra stitch. This will be the extra stitch right here, but it also creates a little hole, and that's perfectly fine. That's part of the design. Let me show you in this one. You will see here they are small, but they are there at the edge of the top. Those are the increases, and it also makes a nice design on the edge. Alright, so that's it. That's your repetition. You're going to increase 1 stitch on each row by doing a yarn over. Okay, so you finish this row And once you're ready for the other row, just knit one, do a yarn over, and that's it. So you will repeat this row until you have reached 5 inches. So until the piece measures 5 inches. Okay, so then after that, meet me back here to show you what we have to do next. Right now I have my 5 inches here, and I increased. Now I have 96 stitches, and about the length, it's about 18 inches. All right, so now what we're going to do next is we're going to increase 3 stitches on each end. Like here, this was my last decrease here, my last increase here, and then I added these 3 stitches at the end, and same thing on the other side. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so this will be very easy. You will have to do this on this side and on the other side as well. So these last 2 stitches, we're going to insert our needle in between those 2 stitches, like this. Then we're going to wrap our yarn, gonna go through, twist, and put the stitch on the left needle. Okay, and then we do it again. That was 1 stitch. We have to do 2 more. So we go in between the last 2 stitches, between, wrap the yarn, pull it through, twist, and put the stitch on the left needle. And we do it one last time, go in between the last 2 stitches, pull, twist, put on the other needle. So just like that, here at the end we have 3 extra stitches. And now we're going to start knitting. Okay, just regular knitting. Now, once you have reached the end of this row, you're going to start the following row doing the same 3 increases that we just did. And then after that, you're going to just keep working the garter stitch until you have reached about 10 inches or 10 inches and a half, more or less. And then we're going to do our first decreasing row. All right, see you once we get there. Okay, so now I worked about about 10 inches and a half for the piece. All right, since I stop my increases here, and then in total I have 10 inches and a half. Now it's time to decrease. We're going to decrease 6 stitches. Right now I have 102 stitches, so I divided that by 6 and it was like 17 stitches. So I will have to decrease every 17 stitches. We have to decrease evenly in this piece. So what I did here at the beginning and at the end, here you will see I do not have 17 stitches. What I did is the first set of 17 stitches, I divided that in 2, and then what I did is, for example, in this end I have 2, 4, 6, 8, and then stitch number 9 and 10 I put them together because I'm going to knit them together. And then on the other end I have 2, 4, 6, 7, and then stitches 8 and 9 I put them together because I'm going to knit them together. So that will be the first set of 17 stitches. Then after that After these first two that I put together, I counted 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, and then I put 16 and 17 together, and that's what I did for the rest of these stitches. So you will count again, and then you'll put 16 and 17 stitches together, right? So once you have marked where you have to do your decreases, remember you have to do this evenly. Here's how it works. You do your regular garter stitch, right? Okay, here I have my first marker, so then I'm going to knit these two together. So insert my needle, wrap the yarn, that's it. So now I decrease 1 stitch, and that's what you have to do. Okay. So here I've reached my second marker. Then I'll knit these two together. And that's it. Just continue doing this until you have reached the end of this row, and then you're going to work 2 more inches, and you're going to repeat this decreasing of 6 stitches. I'm sorry, let me explain that again. Finish this row, then once you have done this, work 2 more inches and then repeat the decrease. You're going to decrease 6 stitches again, evenly. So you're gonna have to count how many stitches you have and just put your markers and decrease again. Then after that, you're just going to continue doing your garter stitch until your piece measures about 15 to 16 inches, and then be ready to cast off. Okay guys, so now I am done with this first piece. I did like the length is like 15 inches and a half, and then remember that you had to do your second decrease, so it will be a total of 2 decreases, 6 stitches each time. Alright, now we are ready to cast off. And you're going to cast off all the way until the end. Try not to do it too tight. Okay, so just continue doing this until you have reached the end of this row. Okay, now I'm done. I'm going to leave a long tail. We are going to use this now. Now we're going to Once you're done with this first piece, you're going to start working on another one the same way you did with this one. And then once you do that, once you have your two pieces, we're gonna put them together. It doesn't matter which way, both the rung and the side look the same. The rung and the right side look the same. So now we are going to, with the tapestry needle, we're going to sew these two parts together. I'm gonna do it from the bottom up because I have my tail at the bottom. So you're going to sew these two parts together until you have reached this point, which was, we started here, then we did all of our increases and we stopped here, and we increased 3 stitches. If you remember that part, then you're going to sew until you have reached that point, because this will be the armhole. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. And this, the top will be open. Then we're going to work on these straps. And then for this, just use whatever technique you like. Just don't do it tight. And that's it. Once you're done with both sides, meet me back here to show you what to do next. Okay, now for these straps, we're going to grab two threads of yarn together, and we're going to use the crochet hook. Now here I have this one already, and I started my chains where I had the, you know, when we started the top, the two separate pieces, there should be a tail in each of them. So I started my chains where the tail was, because I used the tail from when we started the top, and the two from when we started the straps, and I made a knot with it just to help secure this strap. Okay. Alright, so now here in the very corner, I'm not going to do it near the edge. I'm going to go like 2 to 3 rows. See how I did it here. Here from the edge, and then with the yarn, we're just going to pull it through. Okay, this is my right side. Oh, where is it? Okay, here. Pull a little bit, and now we start making our chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 until you get to 30. Okay. Alright, so once you're done with your 30 chains, we're going to insert our hook same place that we did here when we started, and we're going to the very last chain, we're going to pull it through. Okay, and then I'm going to grab right underneath where I pull. I'm going to grab the rest of the yarn and I'm gonna pull it as well, not through the same space that we pull this last chain, but underneath, just very close to it. And so we're going to insert here so that we can close this with a knot. All right, so now then after this, just secure it a little bit more, make another knot, just so it can be tight. Same thing over here, and then just do this on the other side. You guys can secure it later on. Cut the extra yarn everywhere. All right, and that's it. Okay, so if you like this video, please feel free to give it a like and share it. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them below. As always, thank you for watching.